What's going on? What's going on? I'm Danny.
And I'm Althea.
And we are
DNA Live. Welcome, everybody. So can I start my shout outs, please?
Go ahead.
Okay. I wanted to shout out to Georgianne, Romani, and Tina at Ride Car Service. In the coming weeks, you will learn more about their services provided in their transportation. But for now, we're just going to keep it down until we get more, because there's going to be a lot of information. I'm going to have her on the show. She's an entrepreneur. She's a friend. She's an individual with
Let's go.
Wait, hold on a second. I didn't finish. So she has a multitude of insight, knowledge, and expertise, and she'll be on our show soon. I also wanted to give a shout out to Child's Way. He has an album release party tonight. We wanted to congratulate him and everything. Good luck.
Good luck, brother.
With that. Wish we could have been there. Also to Showcase Poppy.
Shout out to Showcase.
And Jaka.
Shout out to Jaka.
Okay, so as you guys know, he has a tunage showcase in July 10th, where Danny's going to be also. And also he just pulled out another one in August. So that's going to be really cool.
Shout out to Gabe too on the radar.
Oh, yes. On the radar. Thank you very
Power,
much. 105.1.
Exactly.
Okay. And also I wanted to give a shout out to Mike Palazzo.
Shout out to Michael.
Yes, because Mike has been going through a lot of stuff right now. And he is a very strong individual. He's been through a lot. So we know he's going to come out of this strong and very healthy and everything. So we're wishing him the best. And I hope he's watching. I told him to give us a shout out over here. So we love you, Mike, and we hope everything goes out good. Just letting you know that our hearts are with you and your girlfriend and your mom and everybody, everybody in your family and your friends, everybody's pulling for you and stuff. So we just hope everything works out. So you got any shout outs?
No,
you got nothing. Okay. So with that said,
wait a minute.
What?
We're premiering in Atlanta and we're premiering in Miami next week.
Right. Okay.
Get ready. I'll tell you guys more of the details. Hit me up.
Yes, this is true. Oh, okay. Are you done now?
Yeah.
Okay. So just letting you guys know, after we come back from commercial break, we are going to be graced with none other than Mr. Flip from Raw Talk. And his
Mr. Flip.
Okay, you know what? You don't have to give him a I mean, we're talking Cher B over there, waiting on her to come over here. We are gonna have some fun tonight. Okay,
oh, absolutely.
I'm just letting you know.
After these commercial breaks.
There is no holds barred on this one, people. We'll be right back.
I said he's generated, now he's charged up. So you better get your flow, you better bar up. He's shutting down everybody with a gun, he doesn't care, cause you know that energy's about to rise in the air. I said he's generated, now he's charged up. So you better get your flow, you better bar up. He's shutting down everybody with a gun, he doesn't care, cause you know that energy's about to rise in the air. Going, no more energy, the energy is cut. Now he's back to really come and really mess you up. Gunshots clicking, dog, hit your eye, cause all you ever do is just lie. Ever ever since Charles Hamilton got a 2 to 4. He's been telling everybody that he's set for war. He's waiting for all you rappers bars just to draw. He's tired of what we hearing, what you rapping for? I said he's generated, what? Now he's charged up. So you better get your flow, you better bar up. He's shutting down everybody, what again, he doesn't care, cause you know that energy's about to rise in the air. So he's generated, what? Now he's charged up. So you better get your flow, you better bar up. He's shutting down everybody, what again, he doesn't care, cause you know that energy's about to rise in the air. Cut it down, take the break, get it, hit the power plant. If you acting like you getting dollars, you did not advance. Sick and tired of cats kinda frontin' on them fake cars, frontin' on them fake rock, living in them rock pop stars. Everybody tryna get clocks off, everybody thinking that they tough, but they're dead soft. Sick and tired of talking, sick and tired of hearing. What is with the youth and with the legends we're comparing? I said he's generated, what? Now he's charged up. So you better get your flow, you better bar up. He's shutting down everybody, what again, he doesn't care, cause you know that energy's about to rise in the air. So he's generated, what? Now he's charged up. So you better get your flow, you better bar up. He's shutting down everybody, what again, he doesn't care, cause you know that energy's about to rise in the air. Now he's charged up. So you better get your flow, you better bar up. He's shutting down everybody, what again, he doesn't care, cause you know that energy's about to rise in the air. Going.
Oh,
And we back. Let's go.
And we back. And we back.
We back.
Okay, so obviously it's he said versus she said today, right?
Okay.
Oh no, this is competition.
Are we gonna have that?
I'm half blind, so you can't even get me on that one today.
No, okay, but I'm just gonna start off with Mr. Flip.
Go.
Let's do it.
So first of all, where are you born and raised?
I'm strictly from Brooklyn.
Oh, Brooklyn. What part of Brooklyn?
Yeah. East New York,
Oh,
Coney Island.
nice. And,
That's
and
right.
you?
Piece of Coney Island and my peoples.
Listen, I'm from a house with 2 windows. Nah, I lived I'm just playing, y'all. I lived all over. I was actually born in Brooklyn, where I know Mr. Flip from, right? Raised in
Okay.
Harlem,
Okay.
but lived multi places. Army bred, all that
Nice.
good stuff. So
Army
I'm
bred?
yeah, not army bred, but army within. I've been in
Not-
yeah.
You were wait, hold on, forget him.
Nah,
No,
skip
no,
that. We're
no.
gonna
She
come back
doesn't
to
have a
that.
firearm. We're gonna get back to that. She
Not
doesn't have a
today,
fire-
not today.
Not today. She
Not
doesn't have a
today.
firearm.
No,
Only
but-
right here,
Yeah.
right here. Bah, bah,
Yeah.
bah, bah. Nah, I'm joking.
She's talking about the city life. Are you crazy?
I'm just
Yo.
No, I'm
asking.
talking the real army, but
Oh,
I got
for
you.
real?
Yeah, I got real
Yeah.
army.
Whoa.
She was talking the
I'm
real
a real
army.
vet.
I thought that was a little
You're a real
interesting.
vet?
I'm a real vet,
That's dope.
Oh yeah. Military
But-
movement. What's
but
up?
not for YouTube.
Okay.
What's up?
What's
So
up, y'all?
you know what? I was going with him, but now I'm more interested in her. But
Oh.
no.
Oh, but first of all,
We're not-
listen, for all the guys that's watching, this is Mr. Flip Raw Talk Show. I'm here in the building with DNA with Sher B.
Absolutely.
Just to let y'all know, this is Raw Talk in the building.
right.
Just to
And we
let y'all know where y'all at.
on DNA
Bars and
Live.
Hoops Radio. Catch us every Saturday from
4 to 5. You know,
There we go.
and don't be late.
Don't be late. That's how we want to introduce everything. We want to start it
That's
off
awesome.
like that. You know what I mean? And let's see what's up on the table right now.
Do
Talk
it.
to me.
All right, I'll talk to you. So
Let's go.
I am getting there.
Yeah, we in the building.
I'm the quiet one today. Go ahead.
What I wanted to know was, how did you start with the podcast, and like what got you going?
Oh yeah. So basically, I used to be into music, like off and on, back and forth. And I got a phone call
Go
of
ahead.
a friend I used to work with, and she said, "Hey, look, you want to come and do a podcast?"
Really?
I was like, "A podcast? I don't know about that." I was like talking and all that. She's like, "Yeah, come try it out. Come try it out. We're gonna be ready next month." Now I'm a talker.
No, you don't say.
and I can fit in a lot of areas with
Mhm.
topics and good talk.
Okay.
I'm from Brooklyn.
And thank you, my brother. Give me a high five on that. Give me a high five on that. So
I'm just waiting
So
for it.
Brooklyn
I'm
relates
just
to
waiting for it.
everything. Brooklyn relates to everything. So I tried it. She was like, "Yeah, I'm on Bars on Hoops Radio," and I was like, "All right, I tried it out."
Yeah.
And that was 3 years ago. And
Oh,
I'm
okay.
still here. So I started with her show,
What show was it?
a little bit of Sunshine Radio.
Okay.
And then I went to Unorganized Behavior, and then the Red Cup Affair, and now I'm on my own show, which is
you.
Mr.
The
Flip
Movement.
Raw Talk Show. So
man.
that's how that started.
That's
So you talk. I mean, when you mean Raw Talk, you mean
I'm talking about Raw, yeah, official.
all had.
Not
Well,
know,
put it
all
this
had-
way. Put it this way. We almost got in
Don't
trouble
put-
on your
Sorry,
show. Some weirdos called
We're
us.
not in triple.
Yeah, we got, that was crazy. We got to play that back one day. But that was crazy.
When he was on your show.
We was just, I want to get you on my show as well. I'm going to try to do what we doing here. You know what I mean?
Okay, good.
Yeah, so you're always welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't make me laugh about that shit. That was great. It was great freestyle.
And
And then he pushed it on me. I said, I'm married too.
And this is for everybody. Danny is always on time. He's always on time.
Say what?
Always on time.
You mean angelic?
Energetic.
Okay.
What it is? Yeah. What's going
Are
on?
we talking about the same guy?
I want to make
Yeah.
sure.
Wait,
He
wait,
said
wait.
Danny. People may not know you by that name, so I want to make sure that they
Well,
understand.
I'm the advocate and I'm energetic, so we all good on this
Listen,
one.
we all good on the circle here. You
No,
know what I'm
absolutely.
saying?
Listen,
Yeah, this
on
is
time.
what it is.
On time is on time.
On
Right?
time is on time.
On time
If
is
you call
late.
him to your place, he's
On-
going to be there
on
half
time
an
is
hour
late.
early. That's why
Try
I
to
said early
be
to you. Yeah,
until we
that's
got the hit in the butt.
why. Until we got
Oh,
hit in the
Lord.
butt. Yeah.
I feel like
we
still
did
may
that.
have-
We didn't even tell you guys what happened, so we were coming to
No,
the
we
show.
did tell them.
No. I'm talking about the funny thing
Oh,
where
God.
the guy hit into the other one, the guy hit into this.
Mhm.
Then we look outside. We look. Our bumper is perfect. The other guy's car is perfect. The other
Right.
guy in the back, his thing is total like this. He goes, no, don't worry, just go. I can fix this myself.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
more cheaper. I'm like, wow.
But he hit you from the back, correct?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got us.
I definitely
It
would
was
have been
like
late for that. See, Brooklyn would have dealt with that differently. We'd have laid down to cancel that show. You know what I'm saying? That's money. You know what I mean? That's what that is.
We were like, no, we gotta
You
go.
ain't
We gotta go.
You don't have to see the scratches. You ain't got to see the scratches.
No.
Just
We
know you hit me from the back.
yeah.
And listen, I'm from Harlem. For 2 seconds, you said hit from the back. I was about to say pause, but I said,
Oh!
I'm saying it's Sunday. I'm gonna keep it
Right,
churchy.
It's
almost-
Sunday.
My
it's
father.
Sunday. It's also Pride Day. Shout out to
It's
everybody.
Sunday.
Shout out to everybody
Yeah.
Friday.
Pride. It's Pride Month.
Well, Pride Month, but
It's
today's
Pride
the
Month.
parade, right?
Is it today? Was
yes,
it today?
traffic was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why
Really?
the traffic.
I came up from the Bronx. It was crazy. Coming from Yankee to West 4th. The
Mhm.
love was real though. The
That's
love
where I
and
was
the energy.
yesterday in Yankee Stadium.
Yeah. I live up by that way, but the love and the energy was real. The love and energy.
I
Yeah.
love that. I love that. I didn't go. I didn't see. I didn't know. I thought it was already done. I'm sorry.
I thought it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I thought it was right because I got a lot of friends like that. So
So,
they,
like,
they would always invite me to go to those.
My thing is right now.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
how did you like the first time you went into a podcast? How was it? Was it like so different? Or did you just like, well, you're Brooklyn, so you definitely knew what you were gonna say.
You know what?
You
You know what?
knew what you were gonna say.
To be honest,
Yeah, go ahead.
when I found out people was listening,
Okay.
I was like, yo, wait a minute.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Because when you're on a podcast, you got to make sure because people know who you are. So you can't be a person where you're talking some stuff and just not talking about nothing.
Right.
Absolutely.
But when I first got on, I was like, yo, what am I saying?
Mhm.
It at some point, it just wasn't, it was, I like the energy, but the way the show was set up, I felt like I can bring out more,
Oh, okay.
Right.
but I had no control over the show.
So you
So I had
saying
to kind
Brooklyn?
of be
you
like,
come out?
don't talk like this, talk like that.
No.
Or, you can't say this, but you can say that.
Well, I just don't like
Yeah.
cursing on the show.
Yeah, but not really cursing, but just the way of they wanted everything to be more
Pristine?
like and
Yeah.
the way the show was going. A lot of
Okay.
podcasts, you can't do what you want to do not unless
Yeah.
you have your own show.
Yeah.
Right.
But the show I was on was definitely in order. But it
Okay.
taught me a lot.
Oh,
It
okay.
taught me a
Absolutely.
lot.
So they had more.
Shout out to a little bit of Sunshine Radio, KG in the building. Shout out to Tiny. These are all the people that kind of be like, yo, Flip,
They molded you.
don't say that, man. Say this. You got to do it like this,
That's
man.
tiny.
Yeah.
No, I can't.
And then as of this point now, when you get your own show, you can say what you want to say.
This
And
is
didn't it
true.
feel good?
It
Right.
felt good.
Didn't it
It
feel
felt
good
good.
right in the mic? Is
It
nobody
felt-
telling you what to
It
do?
felt good because we can press the button.
You
And
know
shout
what?
out, I'm sorry. Shout out to
No, go ahead.
Stills from Bars and Hoops Radio. Shout out to my man Stills and Pop. You know what I'm saying? Those
You-
are people that help these things, make these things happen.
No, it really.
You know
That's a
what
good
it
job.
is that if we're just on strictly on YouTube, we can do whatever we want, right? But the fact is that this is also on cable and it's
Oh,
on
okay.
Optimum.
Okay.
So there is a little bit more strict. They don't like tell us what to do. We just know that we can't have cursing.
Right.
Mm.
Absolutely.
You know, that's
I mean, I
that's all
think
it
that's the
is.
thing about the privilege about knowing your audience, and as
Mhm.
you get more proficient at your craft, like
Right.
you said, when you started, you
Love
have
them
to
words.
kind of learn how to be a follower and be able to lead, even though you have leader quality.
Right.
Right. It's like the same thing that he's doing with me. He's kind of grandparenting me the same way somebody grandparented him. Like, so I was already kind of doing it.
Yeah.
And then he pulled me into kind of the same things that he's going through. Sometimes I'm
So how long have you been together now?
We were working
like 2
together
months?
for like maybe 3 months.
Has it been 3 months?
Yeah, maybe
like
about
Just 3
Feels
months?
Like 25
3
years.
months.
No, but we.
I was gonna say.
No, we
Yeah.
know each
No, we
other.
know each
No,
other.
we know each other
We know
longer.
each other. Our families come from
Yeah.
the same neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
So we kind of got
Alright.
that, that kind of
So-
natural kinetic
Yeah,
connection,
so
brother, sister, big bro, big sister.
Okay.
You know, I was
Alright.
watching that. I was like, this is
Yeah.
dope. I like what you did with the whole twist.
yeah, and the thing is that I was looking for the right person. You know what I'm saying?
How many
When
females did you go through?
maybe about 3.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, and they weren't bad, but they didn't connect
They
like
didn't
me
fit.
and Cheryl B.
Mhm.
Me and
Right.
Cheryl B was an instant. You know what I'm saying? Before I could finish even telling her anything, she was like, "Yeah, I know," which was good. And
Yeah.
you know, you want somebody you can work with, build with. You know what I'm saying? We don't have.
But you don't
no,
always agree on everything.
We
No.
don't always agree, but
But we respectfully
we
disagree.
respect one another.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
respect,
Yeah.
and then again, like I guess the bigger thing for me and like being brought in, right? It's respecting
Yeah.
and paying homage to the person that's pulling and opening the door for you. So it's like,
Right.
even though I may have an opinion that may be strong, I respect him as the person, he's almost like my director, hiring manager,
Yeah.
etc.
Right.
Whatever, you know what I'm saying? So if he tell me something, he's more seasoned than me in this particular element, and I want to learn. And I see
He's like
what-
oregano. You
Right,
know?
it's
You
like
just
the
got-
OG. It's like
Mm.
when you season, I'm seasoned, but I'm new on this.
Yeah, but
type
she's
of thing.
paprika.
I'm paprika, Lori, all that good
There you
stuff.
go.
Oh, that's
Or,
great.
Yeah,
if
that's-
I go to my
that's-
Spanish roots, I'm sazon.
She's
Yeah,
paprika. Dude, you don't know.
yeah.
You just never know. What
And
you
we
might
share
get.
a lot of personality. Our personalities
Right.
is the same.
Kinda
It's
like
just-
male
it's just
and female
amazing.
version.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a male. So I needed somebody strong, and
Yeah.
I did my work, and I said, you know what, this is the one right here.
Yeah, he called me up. He called me up like, hit me up, right?
Yeah.
He hit me up in the invite, in the DM. I don't usually check DM, I'm like, all right. But I knew it was CI, so it was a different reciprocation. And I was
Right.
doing a kind of like my own entrepreneurship kind of like podcasting on Instagram. He said, I'm looking for a co-host. Hit me if whatever. So I hit him, and then it was magic. He said, when can you start? I said, I was gonna procrastinate because I'm a natural
Right.
procrastinator. Then I said, matter of fact, we going on Saturday.
Yeah,
He said, Saturday,
yeah.
Saturday.
Now
We
keep
just
in
didn't
mind,
stop.
I had
We ain't
3.
stop.
I had 2 other people, and I was like, if you want to find a good host, study their work.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you can judge by that. And I was like,
Yeah.
I beg to differ. I threw her in the fire and somehow she lasted.
oh,
Listen,
tell me
I'm
about
being
this. I want to hear
serious.
about this.
listen.
I'm
Sometimes that's the only.
being serious.
Because
Sometimes,
most of
You don't want to hear about this right now.
Listen,
But
This-
sometimes
this
that's
is
the
not
best
my
way.
This is you.
Wait,
Okay?
but let's be clear. We interview. We tell it
I
energetic.
like that. That's right.
First of all, energetic.
No.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
Let's
thank
be
you.
clear.
Thank you, my God.
Even though we're not on Raw Talk, so we telling y'all the kind of DNA version of it.
Right.
When we got live, he threw me straight in. It was it was like we was in the car. I was like, "What we gonna talk about? What we gonna talk about?" He was like, "I got you."
Right, I kinda played that.
And then
I
we
kinda
got
played
there.
that.
He hit me with, "What we gonna talk?" I said, So you watch the first episode, everybody. Y'all can see it on our live and our streaming. It was natural. It was unscripted. It was
okay.
She was ready to
completely.
go. She was
And
ready to go.
it was
Yeah.
it was just
She's
like
the one.
it was like, okay, this
and
is what's going
I
on.
actually got her back, but I'm just waiting to
He
see
did.
like how
He
she's
gets
gonna
me back
jump
every
right
week
into
whenever
it.
he can.
That's that too.
Yeah,
That's
and
the
this is
same
the way to
thing.
keep everything
And
balanced.
then we said it's
You know.
we said it's him versus her.
Oh, I love that
It
he
might be
said.
it might be natural.
Yeah, but
It might be natural. Look what the men is saying. It
I
might
love
be natural.
that he said.
well,
she
energetic
said.
is a guy
Look
where
at
you
Jenny.
know.
He's like,
No, don't be looking at him.
No,
now.
energetic. I'm gonna. No, I'm
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hold
No,
on.
this is girl.
This guy
Go ahead.
here,
Go ahead.
is the guy that showed me a lot of love. So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna explain to y'all guys how I met him.
okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
So they had a Long Island show that was in Manhattan, correct?
Yep, Manhattan.
And he comes through. And I'm watching him. He said, "Yo, you're Tiny. Who's this?" So we introduce each other, right?
Oh, good.
It's like he came to me like a magnet.
Okay.
He comes to me like a magnet, whatever, and he telling me
Catch
all
him,
this stuff
trying to
he
catch him.
does, the fascinating stuff he does, what he into, and all that. And I said, "Man, he got a lot of stuff happening right now." But I couldn't focus on him because it's like award night, right?
Oh, okay.
Award night. So I'm like saying, so we exchanged numbers. The first day he came to my studio, he was
Took his
on
hand.
fire. When he got to the studio, I said, because he made my show look good.
Right.
He made my show look good. He came, there was no stopping. I had the beats ready for him. He was on fire.
So wait, was he coming like music wise? Because I know he's quite versatile. So was he coming on as a music artist at that time?
He came in
Okay.
as a music artist.
Okay.
He was ready to go. And it's crazy because it's almost like we knew each other for a long time. We fit right in. So I'm like a magnet with good people.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So he gets in. I tell him, yo, you can come. I tell him after he leaves, I said, look, you can come to my show anytime.
Right.
He tore it up. What was that? Christmas?
Christmas, yeah, Christmas.
He ripped it.
Christmas
he ripped
Eve.
it. No, I think that was New Year's.
No, New Year's.
It was New
Wow,
Year's.
New Year's.
And yeah.
Wow.
And at this time, I'm a host alone. I don't have any other hosts.
Okay.
So I'm talking a lot of job talk, and I wanted to make it look good at the same time. And then he comes in. He said, "Yo, I'm ready to go. You ready?" He don't need no minute or nothing.
He said, "You ready,
know?
Flip?"
Really?
Yeah. So
No
the bottom
prepping?
line,
No prepping?
prepping or nothing.
When do I ever prep?
Oh,
Listen,
stop.
hey, y'all from Long Island, right? It's called Strong Island. Y'all
Yes.
came ready.
Yes.
He was strong.
So
I gotta be the
The
representative.
ending of this is
strongly
that
equipped.
he burnt out my whole show. He had more stuff to put together. He wanted to rap longer. And I said, yo, my show is over. We got to reschedule.
Oh my God. Oh
said,
So
I
my
need
shout out
God.
to my man Energetic, the show Flip Love on the show when I was a host alone. So he made me really look good. I want to appreciate that.
Oh.
Nah, man, I appreciate you more.
I'm feeling.
You know what I
the
love the
burn.
most?
Yeah.
You know what I love the most? When I told him to come to the major showcase, right?
And he did.
And he came
Oh,
right to
I
the
forgot
major
about that.
showcase. I
forgot.
said, come right in.
Oh yeah.
That's
And that was
right.
it. And everybody in God's name was there, and I was happy to have him there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
He showed me a
That's
lot
how
of
it
love.
is.
Showed me a lot of love.
When you have good people, that's it. That's just
Right.
how it is.
Shout out to Will
you know?
Styles.
All right.
Absolutely.
But with that said, how about we go to commercial break?
Okay.
Okay.
Commercial
this-
break. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Peace, y'all. We coming.
The Jackie the Joke Man.
Jackie.
What is that?
That's a pygmy with a heart on.
New York Islander, Rich Pilon. So, how bad did you feel with the Kevin Stevens hit?
Darius and I were in their kitchen, and we were like, we were dominating Mario and them at the time. And Kevin just wanted to take me out, and it was a touch icing, and there was no need for him to come through. And he was just, and I kind of played like I didn't see him, and at the last second, just jumped right into it.
And we really love Jason Scoop, and we're so happy he's back.
Hello, everybody. My wife Jilly makes she's view. That's my husband, wife. Excuse me, right there, and that's okay. Look.
Now I got to let her know, Daddy ain't never gonna leave. You know I want you, girl, for all eternity. Now I got that money, my money, that's what you be blocking on. Why you telling me for you, the niggas inside the girl? Get outside and keep the thing going, yeah. I said he's generated, but now he's charged up. I said you better get your flow, you better part up. He's shutting down everybody with a gun, he doesn't care, cause you know that energy's about to rise in the air. Going shake it for the money, shake it for the money, shake it for the money.
I said, shake it for the money.
Oh,
What's going
stop.
on, everybody? We back.
So we're back. But I also wanted to ask you a question. How do you guys like select your guests for your show?
Well, basically, it depends on how we feel. And we have a meeting and say, hey, look, we want rappers.
Oh, okay.
You know, we want R&B singers. We want people who is going through something
Right. Yeah.
personal.
Okay.
And then if we find those people, we might have to switch back and forth. Or we find those people, we just make it happen.
Have you ever had anybody on the show and you say, oh, we got to have them, and then you have them and you're like, eh.
Yeah.
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 But sorry.
She caught you with that
She
one.
caught me. Sorry, that was a quick response. But
Yeah.
no, honestly, also too, sometimes people reach out to us, right? Because if you guys watch the show, you guys realize that we put the opportunity out for people to
Right.
DM us and let us know
Right.
if they want to come through. So sometimes people hit us up, and you know, we kind of want to see how serious you are. You understand what I'm saying? Because like when he hit me and he said, when can you start? I said Saturday. So if you tell me this day and time, then that's all right. Because this is business, right? So sometimes people don't naturally expect us to respond the way we respond. So when we respond and say, okay, can you come through Saturday or next Saturday? They're like, yeah. And then it's hum da hum. Someone's like, so we just kind of like, okay, line your stuff up and get it right.
Yeah,
because we open. We want to show the love. That's what it's about, right? You know what I mean? This is the
but we don't
privilege.
we don't deal with any cancellation. So
tell me.
If we go through the whole thing, if we feel that you're full of it, don't even bother.
Right.
Because what a lot of people don't understand is that these podcast platforms are not free.
Yeah, I know.
They are not free. So all this is time.
Thank you.
Right? Time and money. So we're going to work on some different things. We're working on things now where if you can't come to the show, we can come to you.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay.
So we're going to be working with that
actually this is why the reason we started this podcast. I mean, show. What happened was there was a gentleman, and I will always give him credit. His name is Jason Enrique. And he's first class, second place. He has a podcast. And he hooked up with Energetic and he said, I'll even come to your house. So he actually came to the house, and he lives in Jersey.
Nice.
And he came there just to interview him. So we set up his microphones and everything in the middle of my living room.
That's real though.
And him and Danny were talking for an hour. And then, afterwards he was giving us such like joy that Danny started talking to him, saying, that's pretty cool and this and that. And then he started having a conversation. Next thing you know, we're saying, hey, why don't we start something our own?
Yeah.
Jason's like, oh, you guys would be really good together, blah, blah, blah. And that's how sometimes male and females don't work.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You got to have that not special, but you got to have that
understanding.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And we have it. I can slap him around. And he can slap me around, but it always works. We always find a common
not
denominator.
abusive at all.
Yes.
Right.
ACS.
Just talking.
So I think one of the main keys to it is you have to come in being authentically who you are.
Right.
Because if you're not being authentic in who you are, even though you're on a public platform, it's gonna read. It's gonna read on the camera.
Right.
It's gonna read on the radio. It's gonna read your energy. And people will feel the tension. People respond to what's relatable, right? And what's what feels joy. Even if you're talking about something serious, they still can feel that you're kind of on the same wave.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to respectfully respect each other's opinions, each other's standards, each other's knowledge, right? Because because it's things like somebody told me one time, if you think you know everything, you already failed, right?
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
you can't come in thinking that, just because you come from this background, you may have more to give or you can't learn something. So once you understand the opportunity of a team, it's like if you want to run a show by yourself and be a dictator, then run your own show. But if you want to do it with somebody, you have to respect both sides.
Right. Definitely levels
So
with
that's how
that.
it goes.
Definitely levels with
Because
that.
I have like a lot of respect for him, obviously, because he's my man. But,
Right.
I have a lot of respect. There are times like where I know we have differences of opinion
Right.
on the
And
show.
that's normal.
And it's
Absolutely.
normal.
Right.
And we can go back to back, but it's genuine.
Absolutely.
It's not like, I'm trying to do anything for
It's not like you're
ratings.
gonna have a fight after that.
Right.
Oh, you don't know.
Sometimes I'm sure she's a woman. No, but the thing is, like, I think
She goes to war. What are you guys talking about? I got the white flag waiting for me in the car. So it's like, yep.
Well, I think that's a bigger shout out to you guys for because it's one thing to be friends or to like have a mutual respect, but when you have a personal relationship and then you turn it into business, that's a different element of being able to do what y'all do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because some people can't separate.
But sometimes it's healthy.
No, it's definitely
Because it gives y'all a chance to express yourself.
Well, she is the only person that you can actually, like, say you have somebody, right? She's like the best person to have because she cares about you and she knows that's her well-being.
Okay.
So when she was like, listen, I want to do all this. I'm like,
wait a minute, this Valentine.
About to make
Hold
me
on.
let me make you a radio. Nah,
we
man.
not on Raw Talk. We on
This is
DNA.
real.
No,
This is
let him
real.
finish.
This is
Let him
real. This
finish.
is real.
We on DNA.
She your wife will make sure that you are good no matter
That's
what.
absolute fact. Say
You
that
understand?
again.
So like a lot of guys that don't think that their wife's gonna be good in business or try to put them in business, that's a lie. Like I had people like, why are you doing shows with her? Why is she on the cover?
Absolutely.
And I said she's on the cover because she's my A and I'm her D. Like
Right, absolutely.
you can't spell Danny without the A.
Absolutely.
You can't spell Althea without the D.
Right.
So it connects.
And the thing is, you know what? I think someone else said DNA. I like that. So someone else said, I think it was, who was it? Like Snoop Dogg, or I think it was somebody famous. And Bernie Mac, rest in peace.
Oh, man.
And he watched something. He was with his wife for years, and they asked him, how did they last so long? And he said, I had to learn that nobody loves me more than her.
Right.
So even if we disagree, I had to trust when to fall back.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's in any partnership. When you have a co-partnership, it's like once the trust is broken, it's hard to be successful. Because then there's tension, there's competition, there's all types of other things. Males naturally have competition. We need that for y'all.
Yeah.
But
wait a minute.
Wait. Hold on for a minute.
You're not saying females do?
No, we do, but not. I mean, it depends on your persona. Like, I think the way you described your wife is maybe more my persona. Like, I care. I genuinely care. Like, I want to be like, okay. So after the show, I'm not just talking to him. I'm kind of like, are you eating right? Are you, a brother sister thing, but not in that companionship. But it's like I'm a person that naturally care for people. So that's totally different.
Women, that's a natural.
Listen, this is fighting words right here.
I'm waiting. Come on.
Yeah.
They're trying to put us in the light.
Give me some more.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Have you ever had healthy competition? Because it is healthy competition for women as well.
Yeah, I don't like.
You don't look at it as competition.
Yeah, I don't. I can't stand some of the people that I know.
She's like, it's no. She
that.
said it's no competition.
I respect that. I respect that. That's where you want to keep it at.
No, that's the reality. Right. But then you know your place with them, right? You're not gonna like everybody. You're not supposed to be for everybody, right? Let's just keep it 100%.
Right. Oh, and they'll feel the same way about me too.
Well, and respectfully. So it's like, keep it like that. There's
Get in when you fit in that.
Everybody's not. I'm not sure if he's not for everybody. As much as I could be. I've had somebody, one person before I got on even this platform, told me, I don't like her. Why she always smiling? What's she so happy about? It's like, I got pain.
Why are people between you and me? Why does people have to always knock down
sunshine? Well, it's not between us because we in public. We live.
I know, but not even.
No, I feel what you're saying. What you're saying.
Not even. It's you can put people right in the highest position, help them out in everything you do, and they still don't.
We just talked about this, right? Then we just talked about this.
Nah, man, I'm not like that. Like, my man Ryan put me up, right? I shout out to Ryan. Thank you for introducing me to Uncle Boogie, helping me with my FMs and stuff like that, getting me to where I gotta be. Why can't nobody be like, yo, that dude put me on, shout him out?
Right, because the thing is, what I feel, and again, this is actual, not factual.
Right.
It's factual, not actual, whatever you want to say. I like to say that. But it's just my opinion. What I feel is that just like a tree has leaves that have to fall off the tree, but they still look beautiful in certain seasons.
Right. Yeah.
Some people are just naturally leaves, and they're not leaders or initiators that will put you in positions to win. They are meant to follow. But if they think they're supposed to lead, then they want to be the root, and they don't realize you can't be the root. I'm just saying that's the reality. You got to realize it's the facts.
Damn.
This is a world where there are real
crabs
devils.
in a barrel.
There's real devils out there. I'm gonna go deeper.
Is it devils?
Real devils in the world.
That's deep.
There's real people. Deep. This is the
Sunday,
listen. I'm raw. I keep everything straight. It's real devils that don't want you to make it, even if they have everything.
Yeah.
What if somebody
they have no reason why they don't want to give you help? They have no reason why they want to see you make it.
No, they have a reason.
No, I'm saying what I'm saying is that meaning as no reason, nothing to really say I'm mad or whatever the case may be. Just don't want you to have it.
They don't want to see shine.
And also, I mean, listen, we on the podcast and we talk regular. We got a lot of people that show us love, and a lot of people are showing us love now. Absolutely. But you have some people right now that is scanning through them pages, don't even know what we're talking about, but scanning, don't put no like or nothing, all because they not in the place where you are.
But look,
right, but that's the part. That's
the cut you
off. I think that's the part that's sometimes missed. So when we say no reason, there's a reason. That's their reason. It may not make sense to us because we are on the other side.
Right.
Some people feel like, okay, I don't have a problem putting you on as long as you are not doing better than me. I'll keep you at this level. Right. I won't put you. So it's like when we're getting back to what Angelic said, I think in my life, in my healing journey that I like to say I'm on, that people are in a place sometimes where they're like, you could think about it. Most people that made it big that we see in limelight, they got killed or murdered. It was by people that they bring on their team. Because you could sometimes feed somebody, and that's never going to be enough. Because if they want to be you can never.
You know what the scariest one? The scariest one that you said that came through my mind was Selena.
Exactly. So then,
Oh,
Pop
the story
Smoke,
with that.
right? They said the person that set up his house and also was one of his friends that gave the code, that gave the things like that. So a lot of times, that's exactly what happens. Sometimes that's why when we get through these chapters of our life, when you're moving forward, you got to pay attention. Sometimes it's not to watch the people. You can't carry everybody. You want to, but sometimes them same people that's supposed to be filtered out is for a reason.
But that's why I stay alone.
Here's the thing, though,
Well,
too,
you got
right?
your team.
That's what I'm talking about her.
This is the
I stay
thing, right?
alone.
It don't matter what you do.
Facts.
The haters is always going to be there. Let's just
Right.
start that from the door.
We don't call
You
them
can't
haters. We
please
call
people.
them fans.
Yeah, we call them fans.
Well, you got to watch those kind of fans, right? It's just the way life is.
Right.
And we have to accept it. We have to move differently.
Absolutely.
We have to make sure that we got things in line because it's going to happen even if you gave a person your all.
Absolutely.
That same person that you trust, your family member, your brother, your sister, your wife, your husband, all these people, if you're not with the right person,
that's it.
will stab you in the back later.
No,
So
that's absolutely
the only thing you can do is really pray on it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because you can trust people, and I guess it can work both ways, but you never know how it's going to end up. So you got to be very careful.
Absolutely.
Sometimes when people get angry, things change.
Things change.
Yeah, but do they really change, or do it just shows the true nature of a person?
Well,
I'm gonna say true colors.
True colors. It's like when somebody drinks alcohol and they say, "Oh, I was intoxicated," but it's like when they say
that's how they really feel. That's how they really feel.
But you know what I always say? Like people always say, you have the man that's jumping off the bridge.
Okay.
We don't know why he's jumped. We know why, but mentally he's going through something.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
people always judge and say, I would never jump off the bridge.
But you have
you don't know what that individual is really going through.
Right.
And it can happen to anybody.
No, absolutely.
It can happen
but it's a
to
difference
anybody.
if you're choosing to jump off the bridge. I think in these kind of conversations, if you want to jump off the bridge and take your life because you're not happy where you at and you feel defeated. Let's be clear, I'm not condoning suicide, right? There's help for those things. But it's a difference between if you say to somebody, hey, come with me to the bridge so we can see the water, and I push you off because I'm jealous.
Of course, that's different.
So,
That's
what
different.
I'm just saying is, we have to use trust, prayer, and faith. But at certain places, we got to start to use our knowledge and our wisdom that already been set forth ahead of us, where we filter people
as
out.
a man, I really feel like I'm completed in myself. That's why I don't care what anybody else says.
I agree with that.
What I'm saying. And you got to fish out them people. Sometimes we are in a process of getting there, right? And we want to bring everybody before we get there. And them same people will get you out that character that you already fought to get past, right? So sometimes you got to understand, like, it doesn't matter how much I get. You can say, oh, I made $1 million. I'm going to buy you a house. I'm going to take care of my neighborhood.
Right.
And somehow somebody's saying, yo, that dude, Mr. Flip, ain't doing nothing for the hood. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I call them?
Angelic ain't doing nothing.
You know what I call them, though, right?
But you 1 billion people on. How can you, it's like,
you know what I call them, though, right? Poor-minded.
Poor-minded.
Because the energy that you're supposed to bring is supposed to uplift people no matter
Absolutely.
what. That's why I always go by God's, the words in there. That's why I got so much energy.
Absolutely.
That's why my name came Majestic
I was gonna
Energy.
ask you about that. I like that.
It's majestic energy, energetic, majestic energy,
Nice.
energy that processes into positive light.
That's
Yeah, but
right.
he
That's
doesn't have
dope.
that kind of energy when it comes to like doing the vacuum or washing the dishes or anything.
Who does?
I mean, because I guess that's when I go back to he and she,
I
right?
think it's a difference between a man and a woman. There's a difference.
Well, I think,
The way the woman thinks, the man doesn't think the same way.
I think that
God
goes
bless
back to like
everyone, though.
I think that goes back to like what you guys talked about when knowing a person, right? Like
Right.
when I got it, when I have situations with whatever situations I have, I
Right.
make it very clear. I like washing dishes. I don't like watching pots after I cook.
There you
so
go.
if you wash the pots, I have no problem cooking and washing the dishes. Can you wash the pot?
Give and
But we
take.
have to put our stuff up
Well,
front.
why don't the man just stay out the whole kitchen and do
Jesus.
some other man stuff like fixing your car?
But why does it have to be man stuff?
I think we're gonna
Because
have. I
that's
think
the
we're
way
gonna
it
need
is.
another hour with
That
this.
we
that is
need
the
a
way it
commercial
is.
break.
No, I think
That's
No, we going
that's
in
what it
this
is.
one.
because I'm about to kick him under the table.
But the
so.
thing is that
But the times are changing. You know
the
that,
things
right?
are changing, but still, if you go back, most of the woman's job, the kitchen.
Oh, you know what? Okay, let's go to commercial break before
Commercial break real
Shout out to all
quick.
the
The set
peoples out
blows
there.
up.
Let's
Right.
get deep into it. Let's get deep into this.
Before we
wanna
go
there.
viral for the wrong reason.
I want to go deep into that. Let's
We'll
go
be
deep
right
into that.
back.
I'll be right back, y'all.
Put your hands up. Right now we're inside a war with ourselves. Yo, America, are we gonna wake up from this? Where the real Americans at, you heard? Where we at? Man, you blinded and you lied, you just censor inside your own. Everyone pretends they love you, but messing you up in homes. Laughing without the way you can't even afford food. And everybody looking at you acting so rude. They thinking that they love you, your skin, that's what they see. They don't understand the militant well it be. But the anger that they got, they just play for each other. A civil war, they trying to come for us, kill one another. But I woke up last night, I gotta talk to my peers. Tell them, listen, we gotta march and what do we hear? You laughing, you crying, you angry, you feeling and skating. Saying with all the time, they just demonstrating. Leave you inside the cars, they don't wanna see you out. They leave you locked doors, breaking your jaws over locked. They lock you up, they wanna trap you, put you inside with a lock, it's mental block. Cause all you ever hearing is the cops screaming lifeless. Now all of a sudden we thinking prices. Putting that two there, be caught crashing in crisis. Now they hating how they even look. They try to lock us up, throw it down, try to play the book. Wanna get us shook, every time try to get it booked. Overshook, saying God is there but love is overlooked. They try pretending that we close with a phone next to each other's ears. But we're more social distancing corona years. They try to acting like we ain't one inside our home. We acting like that we ain't one and one inside our home. I said March is gone. I said let's fight. You can't censor us anymore. We lying to the people.
Hello, we're
And
back.
we're back.
Wow,
Okay, so it's on. Okay, it is so on. Okay,
Six 'em.
we got 15 minutes. Okay,
Let's go.
Let's smoke 10.
The hot seat.
Let's
Okay.
go. Go ahead. Come on.
no, because I have watched their show here and there. Okay, I don't watch every show.
Thank you.
Okay,
We thank you for
but
it.
I do
Appreciate
watch.
Right.
But the one that got me with how to keep a good relationship.
Okay.
Mhm.
Signs your partner is cheating, toxic relationships, and child support. I was like, oh my
Oh
god,
yeah.
you just getting everything over there. Okay, so when it comes to child support,
Okay.
Okay.
what do you feel is more the responsibility of the male? Maybe he's not married, right?
Okay.
And it's a single mother.
Right.
What are their roles for that child?
Well, if we talking about going into the court, or we talking about prior to we go into the court, what are you talking about?
Oh, okay. Wait, that's I don't know.
Because
You
I
saying
need
before
to know
child
that.
support to prevent child support or to get into?
I'm gonna
Because-
say to prevent child support.
Okay,
to
that
prevent
makes
child,
sense.
child support. Well, first of all, you need the woman to work with you with the child.
Right.
And if you have a father who's always been there,
Right.
that deal with finance, shelter, school, taking the child to the doctor. If you have a father, I'm trying to get this right here. If the father has always been a great father to the child
Right.
and deal with those levels there, I think that he should not be in the court building at all.
Right.
Because he's been doing it before he got in the court building. Why take him in the court building now to just terrorize him more?
Yeah, but I think
you
a
know.
lot of females do that for being vindictive,
Yeah, I
We
believe
talked
that.
about
right? You
I
know,
believe that.
I think there a lot of them are vindictive. They just want to hurt the male because they're not
Right.
together anymore,
And with
and they
that,
use the child as a pawn.
Yeah,
Right.
that happens.
And
That
with
definitely
that-
happens. We talked
Mhm.
about that on the
and
show.
that brings anger.
Well, that's why I was talking because I saw the show.
Absolutely.
I was like,
and,
mhm,
and
this is right.
No,
that,
yeah.
that actually
Mhm.
brings anger.
I
It
see
brings
a lot.
anger.
I see a lot of men though that go nuts after the woman takes the child because the courts a lot of times swing for the females to
Absolutely.
take them. And
Yeah.
I have a friend. I'm not gonna say his name, but he lost his mind when they took away his
Yeah.
son.
Right.
I've even seen one that lost his mind because he was taking care of the child and then found out the child wasn't even
Well,
his.
I saw that one
And
too.
I think we
happens
talk about
too.
that
Right,
too
we
one
talk-
day.
Yeah.
But,
So I think also, like Ms. Flip was saying, in terms of like knowing your partner, right? So it goes back deeper, right? In terms of we were talking about if the child is already born, you can't really go back. But most of the time, we don't think deep in terms of life partners, whether we married or not. But if once you have a child, that's a life connection,
Right?
Yeah,
and that's if you start to think about it like that. Whether we work in like you said, I love what you said. I learned a lot in that child support when I watched it back in terms of relationship issues versus issues of the child, right? A lot of times because women are naturally emotional creatures, we bring emotional issues from the partnership into the parenting relationship. And so, but both sides need to understand that there's a two-way thing, right? So if the male have to leave the house, it sucks because if he cheated, hurt, or whatever, sometimes it's not easy to be that human and give him grace. But realistically, it's like if he's trying to, if home was our foundation together and now you moved out, I have to realistically realize that you may need some grace time to get on your feet. It doesn't mean you're not coming back to take care of your child. It means that you got to situate a new home. You got to situate a new maybe commute, understanding before things could be set into play, right?
Yeah, but some females are just like so on top of
because it's immediate because they're dealing from their emotions most of the time, right? It's like, oh, this didn't work. We're concerned about what kind of relationship you want.
So do you think the female a lot of times blames herself for the whole thing not working? That's why she wants to take it out on the male?
The most of the time females
that comes later. I think most of the time they don't take credit. I mean, sorry, woman, I love y'all, but I think a lot of times we don't take credit until we start healing. We only see the issue from the male, and sometimes we don't even look at the issue of maybe why it broke up. Why
the bottom line is this.
Here we go.
The bottom line is this.
Let's go. Drum roll, please.
Definitely not thinking about the child.
Right.
Not thinking about the child.
Look how it's happening. Even we
you're not thinking
that.
about the child. You're not thinking about the child because when you break up that relationship with the father and the son and the daughter, whether son or daughter, you are destroying something. Because if this child is used to seeing his father every night, and then you take that father away because, like you said earlier, is that the court system favor the woman.
Wait, let me break it down to you though, and this is a scary fact. Most of the people that are incarcerated in jail are guys who only had didn't have their father in their life and just had a mother, and that's actually the high statistics.
No, that's listen. I'm gonna tell you something that I feel from a woman perspective, right? Raised by a lot of males, blood and love, and in personal life and street life, in terms of women are. I'm gonna keep emphasizing this, and we can agree. We're emotional by nature. We're we're the nurturers, and usually you guys are more structured, logical, and things like that. When it comes to things like that, a lot of times we're still carrying emotional damage and hurt and hangups. So we're looking for an emotional reaction from you, but once you separate from the emotional connection, you guys start to move logical, which means I got to structure my house. I got to get to my kids. It ain't about you no more because you guys have already determined that the relationship is over. Unlike, even though we know it's over, we still kind of like, well, you didn't call me about the kid. I called you about the homework. He don't care about the homework. It has to be,
but listen, but here's the thing. It's a two-way street.
Right. Absolutely.
Not necessarily that the man is leaving the woman all the time.
Right.
The woman leaves the men sometimes. So it's a two-way street.
Well,
but the child is in the mix of it.
Mr. Flip, I gotta say something real quick.
Go for it.
A lot of times females will know, like they'll plant the seed that they're gonna be leaving, and the male doesn't catch it.
Right. That's what Tyler Perry said. They build a nest.
Exactly. So what they do is they keep building it up. And you're not sitting there, you're not watching everything, and she's acting different here. She's acting different here. She wants to see if she had that really connection with you to be like, babe, what's wrong with you? You're not being the same.
For a minute. Back this up, man. Back this up a little bit, man.
This is getting raw now.
See, men.
This is for growing up with sisters.
I gotta say this, man.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Men have feelings too.
Right.
Don't play with a man like that. You don't play with men like that. This is official and this is real because men have feelings too. Now. What if you was in a relationship with a man that was weak and you played that game with him?
Oh, okay.
A lot of things can go wrong with that.
Yeah, but I feel like females.
Hold on. Have you ever cried?
Oh yeah,
you've cried.
Absolutely.
I got tear ducts. That's what tear ducts.
You heard that on Raw TV over here on DNA Live.
Yeah, definitely.
I think the difference when
a real man can show his emotions,
and I think the difference in those things is that a lot of times there are these pre-notions of men aren't supposed to cry.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be the strong one, not the weak one. If you exhibit certain things,
now,
then
wait
you got
minute.
women that have been raised independently by single woman households or by mainly women and no men present. So we got this hard exterior where really we want to be soft, but we acting hard, and really you want to be soft, but you presenting hard. So it's a conflict of interest. individually, we have to know each other. You have to trust me enough to be vulnerable with showing your tears, and I have to be vulnerable enough to say, I don't want to be tough. I want you to love me, and I want to be able to.
But my thing is,
wait a minute. Hold on. Let's get something straight.
Okay.
I've made him cry.
Yeah,
when I cook dinner.
Oh, yeah, but now what happened? You didn't get the right steak?
Yeah, you don't know. I can't.
It was a hockey puck.
Oh, okay. So anyway, moving on.
No. So
go ahead.
My thing is that the world has changed, and I said this before.
Okay, here we go.
The world is changing. So you have more men that wants to take care of their children.
Absolutely.
That are going through the court systems.
Before they didn't.
Before they didn't. And so all y'all ladies, let the father have a relationship with the child.
Yeah.
It's very important. I mean, because you can't raise them alone. No matter how tough you think you are, you can't do it. I see it all the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The man must play the role, and especially if he wants to play that role.
Yeah.
Right.
But when you take him in that court building, and I'm not talking about the fathers that don't do nothing.
Let me ask you a question.
I wish I can curse, but I can't.
But
I'm talking about the real fathers that's really about something.
Yeah.
You straining him already. Hold on one second. You are straining him. I don't mean to tell you hold on your show.
No,
you can flip, y'all. Raw talk is in the building, y'all. Just so y'all know.
You can talk.
The guy is paying child support along with still taking care of the child financially.
Right.
So when he has the child in his custody, he's still spending money.
Some men.
He's still spending money. I'm talking about the good men now. I don't want to say the son. I'm talking about good. Range. I'm talking about good fathers because I know a whole bunch of them.
I know actually one that is actually trying to get his child back because he doesn't want to pay child support to
that's the thing. Sometimes
you believe that.
Sometimes unfortunately, sometimes when a man disconnects from a relationship, the only way to get an effect from him, and I'm not promoting this, I'm not saying that I agree with it, is to touch his pockets because they care about their car. They care about, that's why you think the system decided to create things against those things. If they thought you didn't, let's be clear, if they thought you didn't care about your car or your bank account, the court's process would be null and void. If they only said, hey, you got to go talk to the mother and don't worry about what's coming out your check and what don't. You think he would be responding different? No, but when that check say garnished, guess what?
Listen,
he ain't calling you. Hey, how you? Hey, even if he got to sleep with you sometimes.
If you have a deadbeat dad, I'm all with you. I'm all with you. If you have a deadbeat dad, I'm talking about these good fathers.
You keep saying good father. That's a wide range.
I'm talking about good fathers that
guys who try.
Don't matter.
Trying.
They're not even trying. They're not trying.
Striving.
I'm saying it's
they're not even striving. They are doing the job. Okay. And the mothers are making it difficult. They doing everything.
No. The mothers ain't making it difficult. The courts are making it difficult.
No. Talking about before it gets to the court.
I'm talking about you need somebody to walk into the court, right? So the woman's already walking into the court. So now that she goes in the court, it makes it more difficult.
Okay, so now let's back up. We did talk about that. So let's go back. That same woman that walked into the court is the same woman that you chose to lay down with, right? And somewhat trust. So what you got to understand is most of the time, them qualities, that upbringing was already in her before you saw the beautiful body, the beautiful whatever you thought it was. And that's why it doesn't work because you didn't meet somebody that you kinetically connected
I said this.
If you did, she wouldn't be trying to ruin
I'm going to say this. I'm going to end it right here.
You better
This is what I said on the Raw Talk show.
We're going to have a part 2 problem.
Here's what I want to say.
We have to got part 2.
That has nothing to do with the child.
You think that, but it's all connected. All right, so then listen, if it got nothing to do with the child, your perspective of good, right? Because if your perspective is good, is that I take care of my child. But and you give whatever you do, you buy sneakers, you do all that. But when you go in the court say, this is my version of taking care of the court, because this is illegal. It's no emotions involved. You're telling us to take our emotions out, but that's what the court is there for. Because if we can't make it happen together, the court takes the emotion. I have always admitted the emotion.
You admit it yourself.
Listen, what I'm saying is that I'm being honest. I play both sides. When you take the court, when you take the emotion and the relationship out,
right?
Then the court has to get involved. The court don't care about your car, your house, or nothing. They say this is what your check says.
You dragged them in the court building.
Right.
You brought that in the court.
And you had a baby with them.
They wasn't civilized.
All right.
Keep going. One second. You wasn't civilized enough to see if you can work it out. Sometimes you can work it out with the parent.
We're not on a
We got to wrap it up.
Mr. Flip.
We got to wrap it up, bro.
We got to go back talking.
All right. So where can they find you?
Raw talk, y'all. Raw talk.
Yeah, this is Raw Talk. Where can they find you guys at?
Oh, God.
Yeah, definitely find us at Bars and Hoops Radio Mr. Flip Raw Talk Show. Catch us every Saturday from 4 to 5.
Absolutely.
You can follow me, Mr. Flip 23rd, and Cher B gonna say the rest. She gonna take us out.
Catch me at Cher_B_world. Again, Mr. Flip Raw Talk every Saturday. Bars and Hoops Radio. We stream live on IG, all that good stuff. Shout out to DNA Live for having us here.
We want to thank y'all.
Soon. We
Peace out, everybody.
Peace. Got a little tip. That's our love. We smile at the end.
And we out of here, everybody.
We want to come back.
See
We
you
got some more stuff to talk
later.
about.
That's what we do.
Bye,
We shut
guys.
up.